Joe Fenlon's team also back for the second time in 3 years. They won the 3A title back in 2012, beating Sagemont 58-50. A loss in the region finals a season ago for Tampa Prep. They managed to survive First Academy this past Friday night. So these two Bay Area squads battling to meet nationally ranked Sagemont in tomorrow's Shorecrest Prep in black. Chargers are the road team. These two teams met earlier this season around Christmas time. Tampa Prep won 59-52, and it's the Terrapins that control the opening tip.
These are two very good ball clubs, well coached, and know how to win on this stage.
Fantastic cut by Taz Strow after the entry pass to Durham. Strow unable to finish. Ty Johnson comes away with it for Shorecrest. Joyer comes out the screen for Grimm.
So you definitely see Brett comes, even though the game has just started with their pressure defense.
Stroud trying to get it inside to Durham. Ball loose on the floor, and it'll be out of bounds to Shorecrest Prep. Durham, a diving attempt along the sideline, couldn't save it.
Well, that's something we're going to see Tampa Prep do all game long, is try to get the ball to their big man, Jawan Durham. He's Mr. Everything for them, and he comes up with big games time and time again. Just a great athlete.
Durham leading scorer, leading rebounder. Three-pointer off the back rim from Brady Grimm. Durham pulls it down for Tampa Prep. Terrapins 26-3. Losses to Tampa Catholic, Berkeley Prep, and Community School of Naples. Fridella has it in front of the Shorecrest bench, working off a screen from Durham.
Well, a little bit different ball game than the game we just called. I mean, both teams are coming out in aggressive man-to-man and doing a great job of it.
Stroud pulls up just outside the lane and breaks the seal. First bucket by the Terrapins, 2-0.
Well, this Shorecrest Prep team, I know I haven't mentioned much about them, but this team can really score the basketball. They've had a bunch of games this year where they've scored 70-plus points, and they've beaten a lot of their opponents by 18 or more.
Chargers average 73.6 points per game. They've made 219 threes. Wasser driving to set up Fridella. Durham snags the rebound away from Joyer. And then a foul committed by the 6'9" senior center from Shorecrest.
Great job by the young man, Durham, just to get his hands up and be able to corral that basketball and get another possession for his team.
Amari Goulbourne, freshman, checks in for Tampa Prep as Stroud throws it into the backcourt to Fridella. Terrapins built a big lead in their region final against First Academy, had to withstand a serious fourth quarter challenge from the Royals to make it here to the Lakeland Center.
Well, as you mentioned in the open, Austin, these two teams are very familiar with each other. They played themselves this year around Christmas time in the holiday tournament, and Tampa Prep was able to come out victorious.
3 shots on that possession, which finishes with a slam by Durham.
This young man is a special, special talent, and he's just a sophomore, so he's going to get better.
I asked our colleague Andrick Frazier, who will be on the call for All-A championship games, if he thought Durham had a chance to be the best player in Bay Area history. He told me by the time it's all said and done, he may be the best player ever in the state. Foul committed in the backcourt by Joseph Barker. He looks confused by that call, but he clearly grabbed Andre Fredericks and pulled him to the ground, chasing after that loose ball.
Well, Durham is definitely a special talent. If he keeps developing the way he has been, he does have an opportunity to be a great player here in the state of Florida.
The difference between Durham and most other sophomores that are 6'10", elite sophomores that are 6'10", is he's got a very nice touch, 75% from the free throw line, and the ability to step out to about 18 feet.
He sure does, but the biggest thing right now for him, he's going to have to continuously develop his body. He's got to get a little bit stronger so he can be able to withstand some of that pressure that he's going to get playing in the post.
Stroud threw it away on the offensive end and then committed a foul retreating. Be the first foul on Taz Strauss, 6'1" senior guard. Brady Grimm, leading scorer for Shorecrest. He's at the point. 22.3 points, 5 assists per game. Took it right into Durham. Joyer will try a three. Woolborn goes to the deck to try to save it. That'll be a jump ball. The arrow will keep it with the Chargers.
So far, you see both teams come out a little bit nervous, a little bit off their game, but as the game goes on, both teams will settle into what they do best and start playing better basketball.
Strawberry Crest 25-4. All 4 of their losses came against teams that played in the regional tournament. Joyer kept it alive. Durham blocked the shot.
Well, I mean, just as you can see, you see the length of Durham. It's amazing how well he keeps his hands up and he stays active and was able to get a block shot on Mr. Jay Jordan.
And after the block, ran all the way to the front of the rim and was in position to catch and score before Shorecrest committed a foul. That's on Grimm.
He's just showing why he's so highly talked about as far as the potential of him being the best player to ever come out of the state of Florida.
Durham already has offers from Florida, Indiana, and Louisville, and those are among many others.
Oh, for him, the offers is just going to keep piling up. He's a great talent.
Fridella on the wing. Spin dribble to get close to the lane, and then a kick out to Wasser. Fredericks comes out to defend Wasser. Fridella split a double team to get inside. Woolborn once again mixing it up on the interior with much taller players, and that deflected out of bounds by Shorecrest. There's a look at the crowd that has made the trip from Tampa Prep. Strong showing from the Terrapin students.
Well, they come out and they support their team every year, and that's great for this ball club.
Fridella, terrific look to Durham, who left it on the front of the rim, but 2 free throws upcoming for Jawan Durham, 6'10" sophomore forward.
Well, this young man has been Mr. Everything for this team. He leads them in scoring. He leads them in rebound. I mean, and there's other categories that maybe not show up every night in the stat sheets for him, but he does a tremendous job of getting his hands on loose balls, blocking shots, running the floor, as we just mentioned. He's just a great athlete.
Those free throws good for Durham. He would be a candidate for 3A Player of the Year if not for the presence of Grayson Allen from Providence, who is headed to Duke next year.
Exactly. He's a very good ball player.
Grimm with a spin dribble. Terrific defense played by Marcus Ransom, Jr., who's just come in off the bench. Woolborn right to the rim. Couldn't get it to go. Fridella the offensive rebound. Ball is loose inside. And this time the arrow will keep it with the Terrapins.
This one goes to the Terrapins.
Nearly 5 minutes into the state semifinal, and Shorecrest Prep, a team that averages 74 points per game, is yet to score. Wasser will throw it in long to Ransom.
Well, much of that is due to this pressure defense. I mean, both teams are out playing really aggressive man-to-man defense, and it's causing problems for both teams right now. But when you got the luxury of having a Durham, it's really easy to put points on the basketball.
Wasser with a ball fake. Durham ran through, has it in the corner, back to Wasser. Floater, got it.
Yanni Wasser.
Nice move by Yanni.
And off the bench, Kenny Duvall, the 6'1" junior, opens the scoring for Shorecrest. Chargers finally get a chance in transition as Wasser rattles home another runner.
Well, now as the action pick up and both teams are starting to find themselves opportunities closer to the basket, they're doing a great job of finishing.
Kilgore well short on that pull-up. Wasser draws 2 defenders on the perimeter for Tampa Prep. Wasser, steady player at the point for Joe Fenlon. Fantastic job of getting this team organized into their sets. Fridella attacking with a right hand. 3 defenders surround him. Coolborn. Nice left hand to get into the lane. Had it stripped away by Kilgrove. Kilgrove pushing. Coolborn returns the favor and takes it away. 4-on-1 for Tampa Prep. Alley-oop to Durham. Couldn't finish. Wasser. Well long on the follow. And back the other way. Marcus Blake. 6'3" sophomore takes it coast to coast.
What a sequence of action right there for both teams. I mean, you got both teams just battling it out right now. Driving to the basket aggressively, attacking strong. Great job by both teams.
6-point lead for the Terrapins here with just more than a minute to go in the quarter. Fridella right down the lane.
Michael Fridella.
Shorecrest Prep going to have to do a better job of picking up the basketball. They can't allow guys to drive to the basket so easy.
Coolborn's provided a first quarter spark off the Terrapin bench. Jumper by Ransom, in and out. Durham a follow.
Well, at 6'9", 6'10", he's definitely capable of doing that.
Marcus Blake draws a foul on that drive. That'll go on Coolborn. Put his hands behind his back after the whistle as if to indicate, no, not on me, not on me. But our officiating crew from the Gainesville, Ocala area, Bob Nelson, Steve Berg, and Jesse Ayotte. First free throw from the lefty Blake. Drops in 38% at the line this year, just 13 of 34. You wouldn't know it based on the rotation on that last free throw.
Well, Sagemont Prep has to be careful here. I mean, Tampa Prep has been on a tear so far, and they don't want to allow this game to get out of hand and then have a hard time trying to get back into the game.
2 free throws for Blake. He will exit. Austin Hunt comes on. 8-point lead for Tampa Prep, and the Terrapins will face full court pressure. Wasser in the middle of the floor. There's Tyson Ward in off the bench. And Tampa Prep willing to pull it out after breaking the Chargers' pressure. Under 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Austin Friedman doubled in the corner. Jump ball. Arrow will give it to Shorecrest Prep.
Great ball pressure by Shorecrest. Exactly what they have to do all game long. Try to force the tempo in the half court, the defensive pressure, and create the Tampa Prep Terrors to make mistakes.
Ty Johnson ran over a defender, offensive foul. Austin Friedman, the senior off the bench here late in the first quarter, stepped up to take the charge.
Fouls on number 3, Ty Johnson.
Durham comes back in for the final 2.6 seconds.
Official timeout on the floor.
An issue with the possession arrow at the scorer's table, so a bit of a delay. Shorecrest Prep has 2 defenders back to challenge Durham. Have to think this ball is going to be thrown deep by Stroud, and they'll just give Durham a chance to go up and get it.
Well, they just want to make sure that he doesn't get an easy look at it, but they're going to try it anyway.
Deflected out of bounds, they say, by Durham. So Shorecrest Prep with 9/10 of a second left. Into Ty Johnson, lets it go. That would count, but it is well off to the left. Solid start for Tampa Prep. Terrapins leading Shorecrest 14-6 after 1 quarter here in the 3A state semifinals. Gerard and I back after the 60-second timeout. Start of the second quarter here from the Lakeland Center. Tampa Prep a 14-6 lead on Shorecrest Prep. Terrapins 6 of 17 from the floor. They committed 5 turnovers in that opening period. But they manage to build an 8-point lead. Stroud, good look from three. Off the front rim, rebounded by Blake.
Well, neither team is shooting the ball extremely well. As you just mentioned, I mean, the Terps are shooting it at 35%, but Shorecrest is only shooting 18%. They have to do a better job of mustering up better opportunities or a better high percentage shots, in the half court.
Kenny Duvall stepped out of bounds along the far sideline right in front of the Tampa Prep bench. More full court pressure from the Chargers. Fridella. Barker baseline jumper.
Joseph Barker.
Well, that's something that Shorecrest is known for, their pressure defense. They're going to press you all game long. And right now, Tampa Prep is doing a great job of handling the pressure.
10-point lead matches the largest of the game. Jay Joyer well short on that free throw line jumper. Joyer typically averages 13.5 points, 11 rebounds per game. You wonder how much his productivity is going to be neutralized by the presence of Durham.
It's a big challenge for Joyer to step out and have a good game today, especially when you got a young player that's as good as Jawan Durham is.
Stroud all the way inside, had his shot blocked by Joyer. Both of these offenses have to deal with imposing figures at the rim. Joyer at 6'9", Durham 6'10".
In both of these offenses, they love to get out in transition or in fast break and push the ball and try to get some easy buckets.
Wasser skipped past Joseph Barker. Tried to throw it back up top, stolen away by Fredericks. Nice hustle by Barker. He'll be called for a foul, but Fredericks will have to head to the free throw line instead of the easy layup.
Nice job by the young man. He made a turnover on one end and was able to get back and make a hustle play on the other end. Frederick is one of those young men who just comes in the game and gives you everything he got. He leaves it all on the floor every time he plays the game of basketball, and you gotta love that as a coach.
Shorecrest has already set a school record for wins in a single season, 25 victories this year, for a program that endured 17 consecutive losing seasons until Darryl Bloom arrived and helped them to 5 consecutive regional appearances.
Coach Bloom has done a marvelous job with this program. He's just taken them to new heights, and you can see why. They're well disciplined and well coached. And
Grimm is fouled by Wasser. Free throws upcoming for the 6-foot junior guard. You mentioned this in the first quarter. Shorecrest, a team that would prefer to get the game going up and down at a more frenetic pace, and we've seen them experience success offensively in transition.
Exactly. At times it could be a blessing, and at times it can be a curse, because a lot of times when they're doing so, they forget the fact that they have to sometimes pull it back out and play in the half-court set. So they just have to remember that it's a time to push and it's a time not to push, and they got to know when to do both.
Fridella shovels it off to Durham, and a travel. Durham caught that ball rather in an awkward spot, kind of underneath the backboard, didn't position himself very well, and then called for steps.
He sure did, and a lot of it has to do with the size of Jordan. I mean, he's a much bigger, physical, stronger, present player, so he just kind of, laid his body on Durham a little bit and kind of got him off of the position that he really wanted.
Fredericks misfiring on the three, but Joyer working on the interior, and a loose ball foul will go on Tampa Prep. It's on Stroud. That's his second, and the team's 6th. And they'll award 2 free throws to Brady Grimm. Well, Shorecrest Prep getting to the line here in the second quarter, though Grimm has made just 1 of 3 in his last 2 trips.
Brady Grimm is the man for this team. I mean, he's done a lot for this team. He's leading them in scoring. He's leading them in assists. I mean, for Shorecrest to have an opportunity today, he has to have a big ball game.
Durham has 6 for Tampa Prep. Goulbourne in the middle of the floor to Stroud. Durham from 17. Stroud, the offensive rebound, shovels it underneath to Fridella.
Half the box out. Great job by Tampa Prep to sneak in there and get an offensive rebound and get an extra opportunity to score the basketball.
Winner of this game will face nationally ranked Sagemont in the 4A final tomorrow. Brady Grimm fouled shooting a 3. That's going to send Joe Fenlon into a tizzy over on that Tampa Prep bench.
And it would for any coach. I mean, you never want to foul a shooter shooting a 3-point shot. You always want to close out under control and then just turn and box out.
Second foul on Goulbourne, and Grimm now an opportunity to find his rhythm at the foul line.
Exactly. When you foul a 3-point shooter, you give him opportunities to go to the free throw line and try to get 3 easy buckets.
Grimm now 4 of 6 from the line. Already 6 free throws, and we're not even 11 minutes into the game for Brady Grimm. And Amari Goulbourne. Those are the ups and downs you take when playing a freshman.
Exactly. I mean, even though Coach Fowler took him out, I'm sure the coaching staff is going to talk to him and explain to him exactly what he did wrong, and just put a little bit over aggressive, but you still got to love his effort.
Presence of Joyer blocked the shot of Jawan Durham. He's done a great job at the front of the rim playing transition defense. Joyer now going to step out. Thought about taking that 3, hands off to Grimm. Try to get it back to Joyer through his hands. Stroud leads the break for Tampa Prep. Durham, a touch on the block. Into the lane. Off the back rim with that 8-footer.
Well, right now, Durham is struggling a little bit due to the size of Jordan.
Kent Kilgore on the wing. His 17th 3 of the year. Shorecrest with 6 unanswered points to climb within 3 at 18-15.
Well, Shorecrest have settled in, and they're executing a little bit better in the half court, and that's how they got back in this ball game so far.
Contact on that drive by Fridella. Pull-up 3 by Johnson. That's certainly not the type of shot Daryl Bloom wants.
No, it is not. You do not want to just jack up a quick 3.
Shorecrest 1 of 6 from 3-point range. They're just 3 of 15 from the field. If you combined the team's 2 shooting percentages, it would not equal the field goal percentage of Sagemont in the first semifinal.
No, it wouldn't.
Wasser on the run, threw it away, trying to get it to Barker on the block.
You know, both teams have had some careless turnovers. I mean, turnovers where they just hadn't taken care of the basketball or actually valued the basketball as much as they should.
Duvall misfires on a 3. Tampa Prep a 5-point lead. Wasser got to the top of the key, picked up the dribble.
I like the aggressiveness by both teams still in the half-court defense.
Tampa Prep here at the state tournament for the 6th time since 2007 and the 9th time in Joe Fenlon's tenure.
There's that guy again, Jay Dorner, who's changing things in the interior with his length.
Strong rebound in traffic by Fridella. He's been aggressive offensively. Fridella unchallenged all the way to the rim. 8 points for Michael Fridella.
A misassignment if you're Shorecrest. I mean, you have to see the basketball and get over if you're in the position of help defense.
Durham around and down, and a chance for a three-point play.
Great finish by Juwan. Way to run the floor and way to catch the ball and finish strong at the basket.
And that's on Brady Grimm, second foul on Shorecrest Prep's leading scorer. Daryl Bloom going to elect to keep him in the game.
Coach Bloom knows that Brady is a smart player and that he understands that in order for them to have success today, he's going to have to stay in this ball game, both mentally and physically, as far as fouling.
Grimm with a three. Stepped down to about 23 feet and knocked it down. He now has 9. All 9 of those points for Grimm have come here in the second quarter.
Exactly, and you see how big that foul was on that three-point play where he was able to step up to the free throw line and have an opportunity to score 3 there. Kind of got him, his confidence going, got him going a little bit, and there you just saw him just step up and knock down a big 3 for his team.
Bump on Fredericks is his first. 6th team foul on Shorecrest Prep, so both teams are now in the bonus for the final 2:12 of the first half. Goulbourne, been some good, some bad from the Fredman here in the first half. Ransom up right in the face of Brady Grimm, and a block shot by Parker.
Shorecrest has done a much better job this quarter in executing the half-court set. They just have to continuously do that in order to get all the way back in this ball game and have an opportunity to win the game.
Goulbourne chasing that inbounds pass, nearly got it away from Austin Hunt. And it's Durham that will guard Brady Grimm.
Well, Tampa Prep has dropped back into a zone. They're kind of like in a matchup zone here. 2-3.
Joe Fenlon dropped the gum out of his mouth onto the court, promptly picked it up and put it back in. I probably agree with pretty much every move Joe Fenlon makes on the basketball court, but I don't think that's one of them.
Well, there's that 3 to 5 second rule. If it hasn't been out for longer than that, then it's still okay.
Ooh, not on this floor. I don't know that rule exists. Durham a miss, and Shorecrest Prep a chance to cut into that 7-point lead. Grimm, alley-oop, well off the mark from Marcus Blake. This is a young Shorecrest Prep team. Only one senior starter, that's Joyer. Johnson, Blake, and Fredericks are all sophomores.
It just goes to show you how talented this Shorecrest team is. And
1 minute left, 1 minute.
Fridella with the crossover. Free throw line jumper. Great first half for Michael Fridella. Averages 12 per game. He's got 10. Blake got into the lane and got pushed.
Well, so far this half, Tampa Prep has just seemed a little bit a step faster than Shorecrest. I mean, Shorecrest has been playing, hard and aggressive defense, but Tampa Prep has still seemed just a step faster.
I think what I'd add to that is that Tampa Prep's offense has generated significantly better looks offensively. Shorecrest often settling for jumpers, and it's a team that likes to shoot a lot of threes and has excelled from the perimeter this season, but more difficult to shoot threes in this environment. Tampa Prep has gotten more looks from inside the paint and short jump shots.
Well, I agree. Tampa Prep has gotten better looks at the basket. A lot of that's due to Juwan Durham in the inside. I mean, when you have the luxury of a guy such as that and you can go to him and he can produce, it makes it easy for the rest of your team.
Shorecrest Prep 4 of 20 from the field in this first half, but they're 8 of 11 at the line. Nice catch by Fridella. Underneath Durham. Left it on the front rim. Durham stays with it. Misses twice. And a rebound out to Blake.
What a move by Fridella. Whoa!
Durham spiked the shot attempt of Blake off the backboard. And Fridella threw it away.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, right there you see why Mr. Durham is so valuable to this team. Not only did he come up with the big basket, but he was still able to try to get back out on the offensive end and to help his team. He's just doing a great job today.
Under 10 to go as Grimm handles out high. Into several help side defenders. Missed the shot. Joyer another chance. Reverses it in. That's how the first half comes to a close. A bucket by Joyer. And Joe Fenlon's very upset with Jawan Durham as the 6'10 sophomore walks off the floor into the locker room. Tampa Prep, a 7-point lead at halftime here of the second 3A state semifinal. We'll take a 10-minute break during the half and be back to bring you the third quarter after this. About to begin the third quarter here from the Lakeland Center. Tampa Prep and Shorecrest Prep engaged in a Bay Area battle to determine our second 3A finalist. Winner will take on nationally ranked and unbeaten Sagemont in tomorrow's state championship game. With Gerard Ward, I'm Austin Lyon, our entire Bright House Sports Network crew on hand. Tampa Prep led by 8 after the first quarter. They were clearly the more comfortable team early, but Shorecrest, I thought, settled in as the second quarter went along.
Exactly. Tampa Prep came out the more aggressor, and they were able to get off to a good start. And then as the game progressed, Shorecrest settled in a little bit, but Shorecrest is going to have to do a better job of shooting the basketball. Right now, they're 21%. They're shooting 5 for 23.
Shorecrest starts the second half with possession. Andre Frederick's three goes in and out. And Durham clears the board for Tampa Prep. Leading scorer in that first half, Michael Fridella, 10 points for the junior guard for the Terrapins. Shorecrest led by Brady Grimm. Their leading scorer had 9. Durham a touch on the block against Joyer. Back out to Fridella. He lobs it inside. Durham with a good catch. Out of a double team, Fridella. Not enough strength to get that ball up. And a rebound for Tampa Prep. Joseph Barker gets it back out to Wasser.
Joyer is doing a great job of using his body when Durham catches the basketball.
Durham lines up the 15-footer. Durham 4 for 12 from the field now. He's got 11 points and 7 rebounds.
To the point I was making, Joyer is doing a great job of using his body. But what Durham has to do, he has to try to pull the ball a little bit out from the basket and face up more than trying to battle on the inside on the bigger and more physical player.
Rather than getting closer shots, Shorecrest has extended 2 3-pointers here to begin the third, and Durham got 3 and flushed it home.
Nice reverse pivot by Durham and finish at the basket.
Tampa Prep has its largest lead, 11-point advantage for the Terrapins. Grimm into the corner to Joyer. Back to Grimm. He'll let it go from distance and knock it down.
3.
Second three of the game for Grimm. Shorecrest 3 of 12 from 3.
Well, ever since the start of the second quarter, Grimm has been playing much better basketball. And a lot of that is due to the fact that early on, I told you, he got fouled on a three-point attempt and were able to step up to the line and an opportunity to knock down 3 free throws and get himself going a little bit.
Fridella at the high post, going to work. Joyer clears with strong rebound by the 6'9" senior center.
Great job by Joyer rebounding and keeping the ball up over his head.
Shorecrest has hit back-to-back threes. Ty Johnson knocks it down to follow the 3 hit by Grimm. And after Tampa Prep had extended the lead to 11, it's back down to 5 and a travel against Stroud.
Well, I believe Shorecrest must have heard me a little bit. In order for you to get back in this ball game, or at least have an opportunity to win this game, you have to knock down shots.
Blake into the lane. Stayed with it. Johnson for 3. Can't hit back-to-back trays. Wasser patiently surveying the Shorecrest defense. Fridella attacks Joyer. Out of bounds. It will go to Shorecrest. Five-point game. Tampa Prep not set defensively. Blake draws a foul and will head to the line. Daryl Bloom and the Shorecrest bench want that to count. Sure looked like Jawan Durham got it before he hit the backboard. And the officials would agree.
Well, Tampa Prep, I mean, you cannot afford to not get back and get set on the defensive end. You cannot have lapses like that. In order to win this basketball game, you have to stay sharp on both ends of the floor.
Blake 38% from the line this season. Odd considering he's a 49% field goal shooter. Only attempted 2 threes, so not much range on his shot. And certainly like the 6'3" sophomore to improve from the charity stripe. Second free throw off the back rim, got his own rebound. Durham able to save what could have been a horrible possession for Tampa Prep.
Just a blown opportunity for Shorecrest. They've fought themselves their way back into this ball game, and they were able to come up with an offensive rebound and just could not finish.
Marcus Ransom Jr. gets into the lane. High arcing shot would not fall. Tampa Prep's gone cold after Durham scored on the first 2 possessions of the quarter. Joyer around Durham. Bounced off every part of the rim and dropped in.
Nice.
Shorecrest has scored 8 in a row.
Nice use of the left hand by Joyer. Great job by the young fella.
Goulbourne back out high to Wasser. Where does the offense come from for Tampa?
On their sets, they have to continuously stay patient and stay strong and true to what they do.
Barker misses on the 3. Shorecrest can tie with a triple, and the Chargers turn it over. Michael Fridella on the bench for Tampa Prep. He'll come back in. Barker will sit. And he has been the only other offensive option for this Terrapin team. Durham and Fridella have combined for 23 of Tampa Prep's 31.
Wow. Yes, you have to find, these other guys have to step up and help a little bit. In a game like this, you just want to leave it all on the floor. There is no tomorrow, so you just want to give 100% while you're out there.
Durham knocks down the 18-footer.
Durham for 2.
And that's one area Durham have definitely improved on this year, is that little mid-range shot from 15 to 18 feet.
Duvall with the runner, and Shorecrest is continuing to come at this Tampa Prep defense in waves. Multiple guys can score. Goulbourne, after a great pass from Fridella, missed a point-blank layup. And he'll get a chance at the free throw line, but a sure 2 points by the board for the freshman Goulbourne.
Well, you're exactly right. Shorecrest can score and score quickly, but they have to make sure that they take care of the basketball. Sometimes after they score a quick bucket, they turn around and give it right back with a turnover.
Goulbourne, 5.4 points, 3 rebounds per game. He raises the level of energy on this team, comes in and provides a spark.
He sure does. He's a high energy player. He comes out, plays hard every night, and that's just a great job by the young man.
Two free throws for Goulbourne. Freshman extends the Tampa Prep lead back to 5. Kilgrove hands off to Fredericks. And there's the activity level of Goulbourne. He can really get out and pressure the ball. Javal, quick release.
And those are the shots that you cannot afford to have at your Shorecrest. I mean, you can't afford to come down and run time off the clock, swing it around, and then settle for just a long 3-ball. Just
close range.
Way to get back with your Tampa Prep.
Stroud back in for the Terrapins. He's the third offensive option on this team, but just 2 points and 3 fouls. Fredericks completely lost his footing as he made a move on Goulbourne. Good sportsmanship there as the freshman helps the sophomore forward to his feet. He'll come out there and wipe up that spot on the floor. And we see full court pressure from Shorecrest Prep.
And that's the point I was making about Shorecrest. I mean, you can't come down and have a great possession on offense where you score the basketball and then turn around and have 2 possessions where you turn the basketball over or take a bad shot. You cannot afford to do that, especially in this fall.
And foul on Joyer. Jawan Durham back to the line. Durham missed both. Had made all 3 of his previous attempts. Durham electing to apply some pressure in the backcourt. And Shorecrest prefers to run. They don't mind getting up and down. Lob to Joyer. He was clearly not expecting that. Yeah. And it's a Shorecrest Prep turnover.
Definitely. He was not expecting that pass, but I think if he could do it all over again, then Marcus Blake probably would have kept the basketball and drove it to the hole.
Nice low crossover by Goulbourne. Stroud on the baseline. Got his own rebound underneath to Durham.
Excellent second chance opportunity by Tampa Prep.
Shorecrest got within 3. Terrapins have answered with back-to-back baskets. And a hand check foul on Stroud. And that's going to be the 4th foul on Taz Stroud. Then a semifinal he would like to forget. Just 2 points and now 4 fouls. He heads to the bench. Marcus Ransom, the junior, comes back in. And Stroud will get some words from Joe Fenlon. Grimm off the bounce. Got around 3 defenders. Fantastic finger roll from Brady Grimm.
Well, that's exactly what happens when you play the game and you play with a lot of confidence. And ever since, like I said, ever since that second quarter, he's been playing a lot better basketball.
Wasser all the way down the lane. No one stopped the ball for Shorecrest.
Exactly. That's just a blown assignment if you're Shorecrest. Not being aware of where the basketball is. You have to be aware of where the basketball is at all times.
Kent Kilgrove. Fredericks off a high screen from Joyer. The presence of Durham there. Mistimed his jump, still blocked the shot anyway. Marcus Ransom along the baseline. What a reverse! Michael Fridella. Not quite as impressive as what we saw from Grayson Allen in the first semifinal, but Fridella doing his best to duplicate that effort. It extends the Terrapin lead back to 9.
He sure did. He was doing his best impression of what we saw with Grayson Allen, but this Tampa Prep team, they took the run that Shorecrest gave them, and then they went on a run on their own. Just a great job by the Tampa Prep right now.
Shorecrest was able to draw within 3 midway through this third quarter, but Tampa Prep has settled down. And as this game goes along, sure feels like if Shorecrest is able to string together 2 or 3 three-point shots and generate some turnovers with their pressure, they'll have a good opportunity to come back. But if they cannot hit shots from the perimeter, which clearly is their game, it's going to be difficult to overcome this.
Any team, if you can't score the basketball, it's going to be difficult for you to win games. What Shorecrest has to do is they have to stop coming up with what I would call bad possessions. They have to, when they score, they have to not compound that with the turnover and allow Tampa Prep to get momentum and continuously run up the clock on them.
Defensive mistake from the Terrapins leads to a 3 for Fredericks. Wasser barely managed to keep possession. Durham with the reverse slam.
There's that lit by the young man, Juwan Durham. I mean, right when you think that you had him in a good position, he comes up with a big play.
Marcus Blake's drive rejected by Durham as the third quarter comes to a close. 8 minutes remaining here in this 3A state semifinal. Tampa Prep 43, Shorecrest Prep 35. We'll be back to settle the final 8 minutes after this 60-second timeout here on BHSNlive.com. Start of the fourth quarter here at the Lakeland Center. Juwan Durham 3 for 11 in the first half. He's made all 5 of his shot attempts here in the second half. Sagemont awaits the winner between Tampa Prep and Shorecrest in the fourth quarter. Starts with a layup from Fridella. He's now got 14.
Well, Tampa Prep has done a much, much better job this half of controlling the tempo of this ball game.
Blake, the 6'3" sophomore, off a screen from Fredericks. Back to Fredericks. He launches for 3. When those have been going, Shorecrest has been able to put rallies together. Nice finish inside. Blake around Durham got that layup to fall.
Well, I said it once before, but when you're shooting only 21% from the field, that's just not good enough to get the job done, because you're not taking high percentage shots. If you're Shorecrest, you got to find a way to take better shots and score the basketball.
Durham 6 for 6 in the second half, and the lead back to 10. Grimm with the crossover, lost it. Fridella able to save it, and a kick ball against Durham, so it will stay with Shorecrest. Points in the paint, a telling statistic in this game. Tampa Prep has 30 of the 47 points for the Terrapins have come in the paint. Shorecrest Prep with just 12.
Exactly, and a lot of that is due to their big man, Juwan Durham. He's doing an excellent job today scoring the basketball around the basket, and even when he steps out to shoot his 10 to 15-foot jump shot, he's doing a great job of that as well.
Joyer with a nice touch. Shorecrest maintaining contact. 8-point game as Marcus Ransom hits the pull-up.
Well, let's just look at the type of shots the Tampa Prep are shooting right now. All of the Tampa Prep shots are high percentage shots.
Blake fouled on the drive. That's on Fridella. Joe Fenlon never satisfied with his team's performance on the defensive end of the floor, always stressing them to try and be in perfect defensive position.
Exactly, and as a coach, you just want your team to continuously to grow and develop. You never want to just, settle for mediocrity.
Fenlon, now in his 31st year with the Terrapins, more than 650 career wins. And a state title 2 years ago. Grimm tracks down the loose ball. Well, right with Goulbourne in his face. Brady Grimm's got a terrific shooting touch. Durham at the other end.
Juwan Durham.
Tampa Prep, a team that has preferred to play in the half court for most of this game. They've gotten out in transition here to start the fourth quarter, and it's led to easy buckets for Juwan Durham.
It sure has. And if you're Juwan Durham, once you get the ball that close to the basket, this young man knows what to do with the basketball. He knows how to finish.
Free throw rattles in and out. Tied 76%. Missed both. Well, we're at the point in the game when Shorecrest Prep cannot afford to miss opportunities. Barker thought about that three for 2 to 3 seconds before opting to pass it out. Goulbourne, the freshman, not enough English as he let that one go on the backboard. Grimm fouled, and Barker very upset with that call. Looked clean from our vantage point.
Tough call, but...
And that's the 5th on Barker. He just fouled out of the game.
Tough call, but Shorecrest Prep gets one to go their way.
Barker just 2 points, but contributions on the defensive end of the floor. And he just found Juwan Durham. 4 boards, 2 assists for Joseph Barker. His afternoon done.
Shorecrest is going to want to, at this point of the game, they're going to want to make sure they capitalize on every opportunities. You cannot step up to the foul line and have an opportunity to put 2 points on the board and not capitalize.
Grimm hits the second. Shorecrest Prep, one of their last 4 from the line. 9-point lead for the Terrapins. Shorecrest Prep has played from behind the entire afternoon. Can the Chargers put together a run? Fridella with the reverse and left hand.
Well, between Michael Fridella and Juwan Durham, they have had an amazing game for Tampa Prep. They have been the punch for them all evening long. They're just doing a great job. What a great 1-2 punch.
And with 5 minutes to go, the clock rapidly becoming a factor. Wasser all the way through the lane. Fridella. How about a 3?
Just like I just mentioned, those 2 guys have been amazing for Tampa Prep all evening long.
38% three-point shooter, knocks down his biggest of the year to make it a 14-point game, largest lead for the Terrapins. And a foul will put Shorecrest Prep back on the line.
Austin, this Shorecrest team looks a little bit fatigued. I don't know if they're going to have enough left in the tank to get back in this ball game with a little over 4.5 minutes to go in this game.
Well, Tampa Prep has thrived here in the second half against the Shorecrest pressure, which generated some turnovers in the first half.
Exactly. I mean, they're doing a great job. Shorecrest is doing a great job of trying to pressure the ball, but they're falling up. They're coming a little short.
Shorecrest is just 10 for 20 at the free throw line. A lot of points left out there by the Chargers. Ransom. And that's a goaltend. It'll count.
Good call by the officials. Nice drive by Ransom. I mean, the ball was clearly on the backboard before the defender touched the basketball.
Tampa Prep has looked much more crisp offensively here in the second half. Durham rejected the drive by Grimm. Ball loose on the floor. Ransom trying to save it. And out of bounds, the officials rule it will stay with Shorecrest.
Boston, you're exactly right. Tampa Prep has come out this second half and played a much cleaner basketball game. it appeared that when they went in at halftime, they were a little bit upset and disappointed with their play. They knew that they were a team that can play much better than what they had showed in the first half. And so far in the second half, they've come out and done just that. Had a much better game than they've had in the first half.
Log on to BHSN.com for the most up-to-date score, stats, and information on all of the FHSAA finals. Bright House Sports Network is your home for high school sports. Channel 47, HD 1147, and BHSN.com. This battle of Bay Area teams to determine our second finalist in Class 3A. Sagemont in the first semifinal took out Providence, defending state champion, #1 ranked team in 3A, as high as number 10 in the country in one publication, and one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen in 14 years here at the state tournament. The Lions shot 57% from the field and missed only 3 free throws. They shot 95% from the line.
It was a very, very exciting basketball game. I mean, and that just goes to show when you have two of the top teams in the class clashing like that, and for them to have a ball game like that was just phenomenal.
There are the Lions. They await the winner of this game in tomorrow's 3A championship, set for 4:35. If you live in our Bright House Network's viewing area, that'll be live on Channel 47, HD 1147. If not, you can catch it right here online, BHSNlive.com. Grimm. Up top, Blake. Kick out, that's Johnson. Contested 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Fredericks. Didn't give up on the play.
Well, great job by Fredericks, just staying active and crashing the boards.
Durham still perfect from the field here in the second half. 8 of 8. 3 of 11 in the first half. Made all 8 of his shot attempts here in the second half. Fade away by Grimm, no good. Durham the rebound.
I love the attitude of Durham in this second half. He looked a little bit disappointed in himself at the halftime break, but he's come out in the second half, and boy, has he put together a monster of a game.
Durham now with 16 rebounds to go along with 25 points. Goulbourne in trouble up near the midcourt line. And Joe Fenlon calls the timeout.
Tampa Prep.
Catch great sports programming on Bright House Network's local on-demand channel 999. See your favorite game of the week, high school specials, and Average Angler episodes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week when you want to watch. That's local on-demand channel 999 exclusively on Bright House Network.
Well, if I'm Shorecrest Prep, you just have to keep fighting. You just have to keep taking it one possession at a time, but you got to continuously attack the basket. You want to go to the basket strong and try to get easy buckets and high percentage shots, or get fouls so you can get to the line and stop the clock so you can be able to put points on the board.
Well, typically when you make it this far in the season, your big players have to be your best players. Stroud with the layup, and that's been the case today for Tampa Prep with Michael Fridella and Jawan Durham.
It sure has. Those two young men have played an excellent ball game thus far.
In the second half, Durham has 16 points and 11 rebounds. Fridella, another bucket.
Wow.
21 for Fridella.
Wow, what a great display of teamwork by Tampa Prep.
And the Terrapins are about to turn this thing into a blowout.
About to. I mean, they started a long time ago. I believe it's pretty much in the books, if you ask me, partner.
17-point lead as Blake hits the shot. He's got 8. And a foul committed by Brady Grimm. That's just the 3rd team foul on Shorecrest Prep. Still work to do for the Chargers to get Prep.
It sure is. It's still more work for them to do if they want to get Tampa Prep in a bonus, but I don't even think they're aware that they only have 3 fouls, team fouls.
We said a while ago Shorecrest is going to have to get some perimeter shots to drop, and that has not been the case. Grimm leads the break. Blake, nice catch and an even better finish.
Well, when you can't get perimeter shots to fall for you, you have to do the next best thing, and that's take the ball to the basket strong and hope to get fouled, but also hope to finish, convert.
Fridella's foot was on the end line, excuse me, on the half-court line, so an over and back violation against Tampa Prep. Shorecrest still with a flicker of hope, trailing by 15 and 1:51 to go. Grimm, pretty good look from three, left it short, but Goulbourne had his hands down, giving a chance for Grimm to get that shot away. Fridella up the floor to Stroud. In the corner, Stroud will let it go. Rebound by Goulbourne. Boy, the freshman makes some mistakes, but his level of activity is outstanding.
Exactly. I mean, he knows his role and he plays it well.
Just as I praise him, he throws the ball away. Grimm will let another one go from three off the front rim. Joyer and Durham engaged in a battle for that loose ball that will stay with the Chargers.
Well, if you're Joe Fallon, you have to be happy with the way the Terps are playing the second half. They've come out and played a much different ball game than the start of this game. They've been more aggressive. They've been beating Shorecrest to every loose ball, which we call 50-50 ball. They've been extremely active in the half-court defense. And then on the offensive end, they've just been amazing in getting the ball down low, distributing the basketball, sharing the basketball in every aspect of the game.
Blake got cut off. Kilgrove, deep three from Kenny Duvall. Yoni Wasser at 5'10", skies for that rebound, using every inch of his frame to haul that in. And under a minute to go. Wonder if Shorecrest Prep will elect a foul here down the stretch. Fridella taps it forward to Marcus Ransom. Timeout for Joe Fenlon. He will head to the bench. A lot of reserves going to come in for both of these teams. Daryl Bloom and Joe Fenlon will give their respective benches an opportunity here down the stretch. And a great season for Shorecrest Prep is going to come to an end. A lot of hugs for Jay Joyer as he heads back to the bench. Austin Hunt, Chase Showalter, also seniors, but Joyer, really the only senior who sees significant minutes for this team. Now, obviously disappointed to see his career come to an end here. One win short of where he would have liked it to finish, but still a lot of optimism for the future of the Chargers.
Yeah, once again, congratulations to Shorecrest Prep. They've had an amazing season. Just to get to this Final Four is a feat in itself. And for Jay Joyer, he's had an awesome career. He's scored over 1,000 points. He scored over 1,000 rebounds. He leads both categories in school history. I mean, he signed with West Point for college next year.
Final 15 seconds of this state semifinal. Tyson Ward with the ball out high. And certainly no need to extend the game with a foul. And the clock will run down. Tampa Prep advances to the 3A championship game. And we will have a rematch of the 2012 final. That year, the Terrapins beat Sagemont 58-50. Tomorrow afternoon, Tampa Prep will be a heavy underdog against the nationally ranked Lions. Still two more semifinals to come here from the Lakeland Center. They are in Class 4A. And Lake Highland Prep facing Berkeley Prep at 7 o'clock. You will not want to miss that game. 3A final tomorrow at 4:35 is set. It'll be Tampa Prep against Sagemont. We hope you join us, whether here on BHSNlive.com or if you're in the Bright House Network's viewing area, channel 47 HD 1147. For our entire Bright House Sports Network crew, including my broadcast partner Gerard Ward, Austin Lyons saying so long from the Lakeland Center. Tampa Prep moving on to the 3A final.